Welcome back, everyone. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. Now, I do have to apologize initially as my voice has completely gone shot on me due to the rising change in temperatures over the weekend and probably not being dressed appropriately enough, like not wearing a scarf when I'm out with a motorcycle jacket and all that. So, that normally results in me losing my voice for about a few days and not being able to speak for anything. So I had to play the quiet game for about a few days, and now things are coming back to best. So I've got some tea on hand just in case we run into any vocal cord malfunctions along the way. Anyways, if you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Also, feel free to leave a comment below. Also, if you would like to leave a few quid, a few dollars, a few renminbi, whatever you choose, you can do so in the PayPal link in the description box below as well. So, that said, we've had some heavy readings coming from Aquarius and who was the other one? Leo. Yeah, but hopefully this time around, Scorpio, you're going to give us some nice burst of positivity. We are going to do this reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of December 2025. And we're just going to look into the energies that are taking place at this current time and what you need to know. So, first card up, we have the card in the middle, which is the Knight of Coins. I'd like to clarify this one because, Knight of Coins can talk about being disorganized when it's in the reverse. Things not going in a direction that's positive. And yeah. So Knight of Coins in the reverse plus the Five of Coins. So what that talks about is being stuck in a financial rut of a situation where you are trying your best to get out of it. And the challenge of it is the Seven of Cups, which tells us that you want to get clear on things and finally get rid of the confusion, the delays, and all of the things that distract us from finding a solution for a problem. Because after the Seven of Cups comes the Eight of Cups. And that's when you walk away from that which no longer serves you. So this is experimentation. We're looking at ways that we can improve our financial situation. So that way we're not left in a rut, or we can dig ourselves out of one. And additionally, with this Seven of Cups, I will clarify that as well. So you have the Queen of Cups clarifying the Seven of Cups in the reverse. And so what this talks about, this talks a lot about being able to sit with yourself and use your intuition to guide you. Because the Queen of Cups, yes, she's receptive. Yes, she's a counselor. Yes, she is capable of great empathy. But it's almost the sense that now you just kind of need to sit with yourself and tap into how you genuinely feel. And it's almost like the best empathy you can have is with your own state of being. So it's easy for us to go out and try to help other people, ask people what's wrong with them. But if you can't address that with yourself, it's important that you do so. So Seven of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Cups as well. The challenge right now is connecting with yourself and understanding how you really feel, understanding about this situation or feeling of either financial lack or of, a feeling of, poverty mindset all in all, and I think that this is going to be important for you to move on. In the recent past, you had the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and that was all about things not being clear, delays in communication or no communication at all, and that's clarified by the Chariot. So when we're looking at these two together, it's like, how do I move forward? How do I get out of this situation, and where do I go? Because once you make a decision, once things become clear and you're able to move forward with that, then you can take the Chariot to guide you towards the next steps, the next phase of your life, which I think are going to be key and critical to you as you navigate this difficult period. I'm curious to know what exactly has caused the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. What has caused the Five of Pentacles? So, Five of Wands. So it's been a very trying, testing time, lots of difficulties, lots of competition from other people. Perhaps you had an argument or a fight. I'm going to look deeper into that. Okay, so 9 of Wands in the reverse. So you had the fight. Now you don't want to fight anymore. You don't want to struggle for something anymore. And for the month of December, I'm going to clarify one more time. Okay, so now something is ending. And this is what I'm noticing here. You have the Death card. 5 of Wands to the 9 of Wands in the reverse to the Death. We have this big blow up, this big argument, and then the 9 of Wands in the reverse. I don't want to fight about this anymore. I don't want to, give this any more energy. Death. Putting it to an end, all in all. And now, we have all these heads on the ground, and I do apologize to the YouTube censors for hurting their little feelings and all that, but I mean, we have to cover the imagery in these cards, of course. Why wouldn't we? With the heads on the ground, the head is the source of the ego many times. Sometimes people would say it's the solar plexus for Leo. Some would say it's the heart. But Aries also rules the head as well. So it's like when we're in that ego drive, the one thing that we'll never be able to escape is death. And that's precisely what's going on. So whatever ego drives have triggered this fallout between yourself and another person. It's important that you realize that the fight may not be worth it. Sometimes it's best for you to step back to understand that putting an end to the conflict, the drama, will give you peace of mind and direct your energies towards stuff that you actually need to do. So I'm going to ask, what was this argument about? What is this conflict about? Good grief. How many wands are you going to pull for this reading? So this is a 4 of Wands. And, excuse me. This talks about the family, the home life. So it's a dispute in which you're arguing with someone who lives with you. So whoever that is, look towards them. It could be your parents, it could be your significant other, your spouse, it could be your dog. Hopefully you're not getting into like fights that end up having the police called on you with your dog. We love our floofy friends anyway. But yeah, domestically, this is what it's talking about. There's a dispute. You don't want to fight about it anymore. You're wanting to drop the situation and move on. However, what we have here with the Ace of Swords and the Chariot, how do I get clarity on this situation so I can move forward? And moving forward, what we have here is the 5 of Swords in the reverse and the 6 of Wands. So this is very positive news for the near future. And this tells us a lot about being able to move forward, telling us that we also have the ability to let go of the drama, the anger, the frustration, the winning at all costs, so that we can have a victory together. So whatever is going on in your life, I would assume this is with a spouse, but apply it to your specific circumstances. And don't be afraid to use the algorithm to fit into your narrative, not necessarily saying this is going to be about love, this is going to be about this or that. Now, we have here the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So you had the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse for your current energy. At the very foundation of it is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So we're talking about, 2 coin cards. They oftentimes specify that we are struggling with our capabilities and understanding our sense of self-worth. Are we capable of doing this? Are we capable of shouldering a burden? Are we capable of carrying on as we have at this particular time? What is it that we need to learn in order for us to make this a success? So that may be what you're trying to navigate at this point in time. I'm going to pull an additional card, clarify the Page of Coins in the reverse. Clarify the Page of Coins in the reverse. Okay, more coins. So we have 4 coins in the reverse. So letting go, releasing that which no longer serves you. And you're trying to find what to release. Do you release the person that you're with? Do you release a held belief that no longer serves you so that you can avoid a disaster? So that's the Tower in the reverse. And with that said, we can move into the energy of just understanding specifically what you need to do to avoid this massive disaster. And we do see that you make that choice and you are able to succeed in the near future. It's going to happen from swift communication. This is what you know. And this is what your energy is moving forward. This is the crown energy. I'm going to take a sip of tea right now because my voice is about to get shattered. Okay. Saved, salvaged. Let's keep on. Now, what we're doing, we're looking at the Eight of Wands. What is this communication going to be about for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of December 2025? Okay, yeah. Ten of Swords in the reverse. It's about how we can end a situation. Maybe there was a betrayal. Perhaps this person betrayed you or you betrayed this person, or you're trying to get past the worst part of a difficult situation or scenario. So if you struggled in your relationship, if you struggled financially, you want to find the practical knowledge needed to overcome that situation. And that's not always easy because it takes two people to do that anyway. And sometimes you can rely on others. You can rely on yourself, but it's not always easy to rely on others. So for the outcome of this reading, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. Things coming out, being pulled into the open. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Judgment. So with all of these cards coming out as the final outcome, you're going to move from a period where things are going to be open, open discussion. Things are going to be said. It might be a little bit triggering, to say the least. Going from the Nine of Swords to the Eight of Swords in the reverse is like, well, fuck you too. Well, fuck you too. It's two people shouting at each other. And then finally getting out of that energy where they're feeling kind of like the love has been lost. My sinuses are doing wonders right now. But we have here at the end the Judgment. And so that's the kind of the reconciliation in many ways. It can be, living a new life. It can be a final judgment call from the universe, sorting out the situation and making a change. What is the Judgment going to be? What is the Judgment going to be? Oh, okay. It came out in the reverse, but I feel like I needed to pull it up like this. So it's Justice. It's two major arcana cards. So that's things being balanced out, things coming back to best. And even at the bottom of the deck, Temperance card. So that's pretty nice. Those are three really good cards to have. Justice, Temperance, Judgment. All about making things coming back into balance and in a more amicable, but better position. And hopefully for you, this will mean that you can salvage the relationship that you've got. So that way you can work through your differences with the person that you're with, especially in this domestic situation. And hopefully no one betrayed the other person in a naughty way, like sleeping around or, going balls deep in someone else they shouldn't be in. But things happen and that's really up to you. You have free will to resolve that situation or to walk away from it. But that's all I'll say for now. I'll leave this one short, simple, and sweet because the energy is so good. And finally, hopefully things will grow. That's it. This has been Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining me for today's reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Descendant. It's going to be for the month of December 2025. I hope you have a lovely holiday season. I'm going to leave it there and go rest and relax and rejuvenate myself right now. The last three readings will be coming up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again. Until next time, love and light.